When you're in the gym and you're moving a lot of weight around, is that because you're strong or is that because you have good balance and coordination? The results might surprise you. Let's take a look at it. Hi, I'm Coach Robb Beams, and at the time of this recording, I've been a performance coach going on 40 years. And we have all of our athletes in the gym 2, preferably 3 times a week, regardless of whatever sport they're in, because when we're looking at the generation of raw power, it's the epicenter of speed. No matter what your sport of choice is, if you want to have better explosive speed, if you want to have better sprint speed, if you want to have better late race endurance, you have to have a foundation of strength, and it has to be complemented with aerobic capacity. In this video today, what I want to talk about is the difference between being strong and being well coordinated. I'm right-handed, so if you handed me a piece of paper, I'm able to write my signature and it's legible. However, if you give me a piece of paper and you ask me to write my name with my left hand, you might be able to read it, but it's going to be very sloppy. It's going to look almost as if I'm in 3rd grade all over again. Well, if I'm in the gym and I can bicep curl 40 pounds with my right arm and I can bicep curl 40 pounds with my left arm, immediately you see that it's not a strength issue. Right? It doesn't take more raw power to sign my name. It takes coordination. How many times when we were kids did we just sit and rewrite our name over and over again till it became muscle memory? And that's what happens with sport as well. The more you do it, you build the muscle memory, you build the neuromuscular messages, you're able to do it more efficiently. And this is where the catalyst for this video came into place. Was I was talking to one of our followers here on YouTube, and they were asking me, Rob, how come my left arm isn't able to keep up with my right arm when it comes to a sport-specific activity? And that's where I want to loop the illustration back around to you. This individual could curl the same amount of weight with their left arm as they can their right. They can shoulder press left arm as much as they can their right. We only use individual dumbbells with our clients. So when you look at the idea that, hey, you just validated to yourself that you can't write your name as legibly as you can with your opposite hand, I want you to see the value of coordination. And this is where we want to go into the sports environment. When we've tested athletes, like I said, I'm right-handed, we've tested athletes thousands upon thousands of times. Believe it or not, we've seen a higher level. If we're going to do a 1 RM, a 1 rep max, we actually see that the non-dominant side is actually stronger. Now I want to explain why. It's because your dominant side is tired. You may not recognize it. When you go to step up on something, you always lead with your dominant leg. So that leg takes the lion's share of the grunt. If you're going to go to lift something, if you're lifting something heavy, you're bending over to pick up a suitcase, normally you'll pick up with your dominant hand. So just through years of repetition, your dominant side becomes more fatigued than your non-dominant side. Now when we zoom out to 10,000 feet and we put all this together, this is why I want to encourage you to please make sure that you train the 3 dimensions of movement. And what that means is the left and the right, the front and the back, and the top and the bottom, above and below your belly button. Because as you continue to solicit that sense of balance, what you're going to notice is that your raw power will go up specific to sport. No pun intended. You're only as strong as your weakest link. So if I have a swimmer and he or she is right hand dominant, when we do an erg test, we can see that the right arm has better coordination, but the left arm puts out better raw power. Well, now think about it. If I can get your left arm to get as coordinated as the right, now we start to get a little bit more of the balance. The right side has a little bit more coordination, but it's not as strong because of fatigue. The left side is stronger, but has less coordination. So you start to get in your own way. We see this with cyclists. We say, get your right leg out of the way of the left. Swimmers, get your right arm out of the way of the left arm. When you're riding a motorcycle, make sure the left is matching the right. Make sure that you're not, because on a motorcycle, you have to remember, we want to refrain from throwing the balance of the motorcycle off. So if you're leaning to one side or you're leaning to the other, the bike is going to drift to wherever there's more of a pressure point on the foot pegs. I could continue to go down every single sport. But the idea and the concept I want you to take away from today is, please make sure that you do everything independent and try to make each side work as equivalently hard. Try to work on coordination. Like I'm right-handed on the I am right-handed, but whenever I use the computer, I make myself use my left hand to use the mouse. Now, personally for me, I do it because I want to engage more gray matter in my brain, but that's another subject for another video. I just want you to, think about it and encourage yourself whenever possible. Start using the other side a little bit more. When you go to step up on something, use your non-dominant side. Start getting that coordination up. It's already stronger. You give the other side a little bit of a reprieve, and eventually you're going to have better balance from the left and the right, the top and the bottom, the front and the back. And we've done a tremendous amount of studies on this, taking our athletes and getting baseline numbers and then tweaking the way that they're doing their strength exercises. And we've seen 100% of every athlete that we've worked with has gotten stronger, sprint speed's gotten better, late race endurance has improved, and less residual chances of injuries. So when you're playing the long game, you're faster, stronger, and resilient to injuries. I hope you guys will give this entire concept a fair shake. When you start using your non-dominant side, you're not only going to increase the coordination on your non-dominant side, but you're going to give your dominant side a little bit of a rest. And what you're going to do is you're going to get a little bit closer to symmetry, front and back, top and bottom, left and right. And you will see an improvement in that speed, in that endurance, and who doesn't want that? I hope this video has made sense. I hope it hasn't created any frustrations, but as always, if it has, please feel free to send me an email, contact@coachrobb.com. If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching today. We'd appreciate it if you would subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications. I want you to turn on the notifications because every day we put out a new video, and I want to make sure that you don't miss it. Thank you so much for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.